Okay, so here's our story. I'm Wade Rouse, the blonde, and that's the love of my life, Gary, the brunette. And we were once the consummate city dwellers. In fact, Gary used to spend our Roth IRA on pillow shams, and I considered Kenneth Cole to be on par with Gandhi for his contributions to the world. Sure, I had a job I despised and a life that wasn't quite what I dreamed, but the city distracted me from all that. And then we went on vacation to rural Michigan, and I got this jacked up idea that I'd be a 21st century Thoreau. I wanted to find my modern day Walden. And guess what? We uprooted our lives, we quit our jobs, and we moved here in the winter to a place with fewer folks than our old spinning class. The worst part is, I used to be pretty, and now I look like the Unabomber. Our mutt Marge still searches for sidewalks, and poor Gary, he now resembles Elmer Fudd. Due to lake effect snow and poor cell reception, the broom is now my lifeline to the outside world. Gary and I yearned to find a simpler life, but we discovered that the simple life ain't so simple, especially in the winter. We found it could be a bruising experience, a very hard fall from the city. Simplification is a dream of many urbanites, but few do it. So why'd we jump off the bridge? Well, my grandma was a free thinker, a Walden devotee. She was a woman raised in the early 1900s who couldn't pursue her dreams, and so she begged me to follow mine as her idol had. So we landed here. Welcome to the Shining. See, we have our share of whack jobs in the country. See that trailer? That's our closest neighbor. We discovered the migrant worker who lives there had an overwhelming desire to show Gary his man burrito. And this is our rural grocery. It looks like the place Jodie Foster went in The Accused. Since we don't have any Trader Joe's, we shop here. We can't buy any of the staples like edamame or kashi that we used to survive on, but they do sell knives, rope, and duct tape, all the stuff necessary to drag me and Gary behind a pickup. And this is our feed store. Okay, the last time that we were in anything close to a barn was Dress Barn shopping for Gary's mom. But today buying corn to feed the animals, which like to attack me, is our weekend entertainment. I used to ask passers-by if they'd load our corn for us, but they just laughed. I mean, hello, corn is heavy when it's not in a can. But no one out here realizes Gary and I were born without the qualities that really matter in our new world. Stuff like wits, gumption, and pluck. Gary and I were born with the innate ability to detect quality leather goods and to hate people who wear fanny packs and Crocs. But we are learning rural life can be beautiful, a spiritual awakening. We must all forge through long winters in our lives before we can discover the light at the end of the tunnel. And when we go too crazy, Gary and I head to our nearby resort town of Saugatuck, Michigan, an art mecca with beautiful beaches. We let this little town inspire us. Since it has no chain stores and no malls, it is unique, and it challenges us to live that way too. It's challenged us to pay attention for once not to the balance in our bank accounts, but what little remained in our spiritual savings accounts. Thoreau wrote that a true joy of living in the woods was that one could watch spring return, and he is right. Here the seasons sing to us, they don't simply fly by. And I have to admit that my grandma knew the secret to life. Perhaps you do have to get off the beaten path in life. You have to challenge yourself to live differently before you can mark your own trail. I've learned that in our modern day Walden, you have to get lost in the woods before you can discover who you were meant to be. Thoreau's mentor Emerson, who gave him the land at Walden, famously wrote, "Don't go where the path may lead, go instead where there is no path and leave a trail." And that's what my memoir, at least in the city someone would hear me scream, is all about. Finding happiness and a home in the most unusual of places. Although we kill for a Starbucks and great Thai restaurant at the end of our block instead of a horse stable.